joining Rotorua tonight on City News. Bay of Plenty Regional Council says that bad weather will impact oil recovery of cargo ship Rena. By-election candidates start election campaign, and Toi Te Ora on alert after confirmed measles cases in the Bay of Plenty. Those stories and more up next on City News. Bay of Plenty Regional Council is warning that bad weather forecast for the region will impact on the salvage and oil recovery effort underway of the cargo ship Rena, which ran aground last Wednesday, spilling oil and threatening an environmental catastrophe. Last night, the Awanui began pumping oil off the ship, but that has stopped due to the weather conditions. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council says the top priority is to first remove the oil, then lighten the vessel by removing the containers, and finally move the ship off the reef. And the first public health advisory has been released regarding the collection of seafood from the Bay. The Medical Officer of Health, Jim Miller, is advising people in the Bay of Plenty not to collect and consume seafood from waters with visible oil contamination. And any seafood that has off or petrol-like odours should also be avoided. And the campaign has started in the Rotorua District Council's by-election to replace Jeff Kenny. There are 6 candidates vying for a position on the council. Candidate Cliff Lee says he believes crime is the most pressing issue facing Rotorua and threatens our tourism industry. Cliff Lee says he's passionate about crime and has even written to the Minister of Social Development, Paula Bennett, airing his concerns. And he says his background as an historian would help him not repeat mistakes of the past.
I know priorities. I know what's required for any society to function properly, and I'm not afraid to tell people of those priorities. I once had a fellow councillor tell me he didn't know anything about history and he didn't want to know. How in the devil do you do anything without knowing about history? How do you make a judgment today if you don't know what those judgments were in history? So it's important that people realize that this is an ongoing thing, society, and that we must learn from our past, otherwise we end up in the same position.
The 6 Rotorua District Council by-election candidates will feature over the next 6 episodes of City News, bringing you an in-depth look at the issues that they think are of most importance to our city. Trust and confidence in the Bay of Plenty Police has remained steady in the past year, according to the latest annual research by Gravitas Research and Strategy Limited. The research, which has been conducted annually since 2008, showed trust and confidence has remained steady at 75% in 2011. More than 800 people in the district were interviewed for the survey. The district-level research also indicated that there has been significant improvement in people's service expectations being met or exceeded in 2011. The District Commander of the Bay of Plenty Police District, Superintendent Glenn Dunbar, says the research is an important indicator for police working in local communities and it is encouraging to see some improvements, particularly in the area of those people who felt they were fairly treated. Superintendent Dunbar says police staff in the Bay of Plenty District have been working on a range of initiatives to improve their service to and engagement with their community, and the survey results are a positive reflection on their efforts. 2 of nearly 30 suspected cases of measles in the Bay of Plenty have been confirmed, setting Toi Te Ora, the Public Health Service, on high alert. Dr Jim Miller, Medical Officer of Health, says although the first 2 cases of confirmed measles in our area have been reported this week, it appears that these cases were likely to have been acquired out of the area. Dr Miller says the best way for us to avoid further cases of this potentially serious infection is for everyone to again ask themselves, is my family protected? He says as it's school holidays and families are travelling around to New Zealand and overseas, it's important to ensure that you and your children are up to date with immunisations. Dr Miller says there has been a good response locally to previous warnings about measles, with suspected cases being notified promptly, as well as an increase in the number of MMR vaccines given, which is great. He says knowing what to do if you suspect you or someone in the family has measles can help limit the spread to others. And if you think your child or someone in your family may have measles, stay at home and phone your doctor or healthline on 0800 611 116 for advice. In sport tonight, Rotorua's Rugby World Cup fan zone relocated to the Convention Centre for the weekend's quarter-finals action. Two themes held over the weekend were Northern Hemisphere on Saturday and Southern Hemisphere on Sunday. Rotorua District Council Rugby World Cup event coordinator Renee Nathan said the fan zone had over 2,000 people attend over the weekend, including one group from Napier who said they loved the vibe and atmosphere. However, Renee Nathan says the atmosphere was a bit tense during the All Black Argentina clash.
What I just hear afterwards was that it was a bit of touch and go, a lot of nervousness in the beginning, and but I could hear them all cheering as I guess the points started accumulating.
Renee Nathan says the fan zone will be back at the Energy Event Centre for the semi-finals and finals. To your weather, Rotorua and the surrounding area tonight. Rain, a strong gusty northeast, overnight a low of 10. Tomorrow Tuesday, rain heavy at times, strong gusty northeasterlies, a high of 18 and low of 13. Outlook for Wednesday, rain heavy, clearing at night, strong northerlies, a high of 15 and a low of 12. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, easing to northerly 15 knots by afternoon, waves easing to half a metre by afternoon, poor visibility and rain with some heavy falls. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link, or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, roving reporter Lou Parker visits Kiwi at Rainbow Springs. We hear more from Cliff Lee about standing in the by-election, but after the break I'm in the studio with June Joseph to find out about what's on offer at the Aquatic Centre these school holidays.